Today's video, we're going to jump right in. I've got several things going on in this video, but we're going to start with a little scrapbook haul. This is a purchase that I made from the So Scrappy scrapbook store in Springfield, Missouri. This is $49 in Market, and this is called, let me look real quick. It is called Faded Memory Lane. Look at all the pieces in this. Now, this was a package that was titled Journal Set. So everything in this package you should be able to make a journal with. And believe you me, it had a lot of pieces. I was really surprised. So we're just going to open it up, and I'm going to show you a few of the pieces. Now, the packaging I thought was really cute too. Look at that on there. I will probably end up using that for something. But here is a little cover. How cute is that? Absolutely perfect. Yeah. And then it had a whole bunch of pieces here. These are the pockets. And we've got pockets that are angled for the right side. We got pockets angled for the left side of the page. You've got your ones that will just set straight up and down on the page. Yeah, there's just a lot here. Now, I will probably end up making a complete journal using that cover and have pieces even left over. Now, here are the pages, and they are just as cute as they can be too. Now, my whole reasoning for purchasing this particular collection is because of the colors that it had. And I can mix it in my other journals, and that was the whole reason. Now, I want to not buy a lot of product. I don't want to go to the scrapbook store like I once did or order online so many things that I can't even use them. You know, there for a while I purchased so much stuff it would have been hard to have used everything I bought. And so I'm not going to do that this time. I really just want to buy things that I will use. And so I picked up this collection for that reason. I needed something other than Tim Holtz all the time going in my journals. Not that I don't love Tim Holtz, because I love his stuff. But I have just got so much of it still yet that I will plan to just incorporate it with this so that I have something just a little bit more to add than just Tim Holtz stuff. Now, these are just the little bits, and I actually separated them out. And these are like your little words. And there were page tabs there, some little round and little banner type ephemera. And these are, of course, your tags. And there were 2 different sizes in these tags. But everything is just so, so nice. Oh, and there were also like the photo slides, like your little photo slide ephemera pieces there. Now, I did give $11.99 for this set. I'm not sure if I told you that in the beginning, but that's really a good buy, an absolutely great buy for this kit. So I'm going to set this over. And I also purchased the ephemera set. And this here had 118 pieces in it. And I did give $8.99 for it. And it is chocked full of just great pieces. Now, my favorite out of this pack was those long, slender, like old photos there. Now, they are just as cute as they can be. Now, I did have this already put up, so all I was showing you was the back, but the pieces were great. Then I picked up the washi tape or cello stickers, and they were $5.99, but look at this, like your little tape, just your little tape, decorative tape there. How cute is that? So I really, really liked that. And then here is just some papers that are 6 by 8 And I think there are 27 papers in total. You get 9 double-sided papers and 3 of each design. So that should be 27. If my math is mathin', that's 27. And I think these will just blend so well with my other, pieces of ephemera and stuff that I already have in my stash. I have probably hit the repeats by now. I wasn't paying attention to if they had started or not. So, anyway, this collection, I think you guys, if you've seen it off camera and got to see it in person, I think you would really, really love this collection. Now, I did give $12.99 for this pack. And paper to me has just gotten really ridiculously high. I can remember when you could buy a 12 by 12 paper pad for, $11.99. And now it's like $23 or $28.99. And I just wanted to look at those that tape again. Now this here is a Primitives by Kathy. Now I did pay up for this thing. I don't know that it was worth $18, but I did pay up for it. I thought it was really cute. I thought it would tell me in there how many pages it held, but it didn't. Now I'm having a little trouble trying to figure out how to get the string undone there. Sometimes they do not make this easy for you, or I just make it harder than what it is, maybe. Maybe that's it. So I want you to see the pages in here, though. They are so pretty and stained. Now, they did have another one that did not have the stained looking paper in it. They had more of just the white or creamy white. But of course, I would have definitely chose the one, that had the stained look to it. So anyway, this is really cute. Now, I don't know the size of this. I didn't look, but I'm assuming it's probably like, I would say a 4x6 or something of that nature. But I'm going to decorate it just a page or two at a time. And so anyway, this is my fun haul from the scrapbook store. Now we're going to jump over and I want to show you 3 journals that I've just made recently. Now these are going into the Etsy shop and they will be there today. And this is the little journal that I made that I was trying to challenge myself to just use minimal supplies. And anyway, I will link that video where I made this below. Now there's some page huggers that I also made that will be in here. And there, of course, I have to fix that. I have to fix it. I can't leave it. So that little bit of seam binding didn't get glued down. I'm going to do that real quick. And anyway, but I didn't show you the back of the vintage envelope page hugger. And I'm going to insert a photo where you can see that. This really came out cute. I tried not to cover up the postal markings and things. But here it is. That's what the back of that looked like. And anyway, these page huggers just turned out so cute. I made them very simply. I didn't want to spend a lot of time making those. And these I just used a damask bag and an old doily. Just a paper doily there. But look how cute they set. Now that inspiration came from Natasha at Treasure Books. And anyway, I had a great time making those page huggers. But this is just a really simple journal. It was the one I wanted to make that just, I just went in and got some papers from the stash, grabbed some old book pages and a couple of sheets of paper and tried to put this thing together. So here is my other page hugger. I also put a lot of tip-ins in. Because the journal only had 6 pages or 12 sides, I really had to get creative with my minimal supplies and make more spaces for journaling. So here I've just got a little, like a little triangled pop out there you can write on, and another tip in. And you just have to get a little creative. So that's what I did. This is the back. And once again, you can pull it down and you can journal on it. And then I just put one of the little cards on there. But anyway, there is that journal. And that was really fun. That one there was. And then this is the one that I created. Now, I didn't create the bag. That bag is so old. It has been in my stash for, I guarantee you, probably 4 years. Well, when I made this journal, and this is the one that was my freezer paper dolls video, and making the simple journal, this is that journal. And then I found the bag, and I thought, you know what? I bet that would fit in that bag perfectly. So it did. And now it's a set. So this is the really simple journal that I made. And I put those little freezer paper dolls in there. This was just so easy and quick to make. That is just my kind of journaling right now. Just quick and easy and simple. So this here has all kinds of varied size pages in it. And once again, you know, I just added some papers you could flip up, and you know, that one there actually is just clipped on. You can take it completely off and journal in. But yeah, this one's just simple as well. And I really loved how it turned out. Now, I did use a few of the Tim Holtz Field Notes rub-ons. And it's just tied with some embroidery thread for the binding. And I did tie a couple of just vintage buttons there on the outside. This journal was just made, you know, with the things that I already had, just papers in my stash. And that freezer paper technique, you know, I had never tried that really before. I've seen it a lot of times through the years, but it just really wasn't anything that I've tried. Now, I had tried the cereal liner before. Now, that did not work out as well for me, but this freezer paper technique, and that's what I used there for that Tim Holtz collage sheet paper. And it worked really well. It really came out good for me. So, but anyway, that was my first attempt at the freezer paper technique. So anyway, there is that journal. And now I'm going to grab the one that I made. Now this here is the one that I got the inspiration from the Art Journaling magazine. Deborah Helms was the creator. And anyway, I loved her project. I absolutely loved it. She had that ledger paper that she used. And so I have tons of ledger paper. So when I saw it in the magazine, I knew that I was probably going to create something with that. So what I did was I used some time cards, just that had varied in size. And that's what I used for my pages, and just covered the majority of it in the old ledger paper. Now, there's a side pocket here on the front cover out of this old vintage envelope. And I purposely left those little tears there where I had ripped that page out of the book, so it looks kind of raggedy from the cover. Now, here's a little pocket. And all my ephemera that you see in this book is original. Nothing photocopied or, you know, anything. It is all original ephemera. Some of it is kind of fragile, so you have to, you know, handle it easily because it will tear. It is old. And this here was just kind of fun. I just used one of those Tim Holtz little pagers, or whatever he calls those, page cards or ephemera cards. And that is what I just put there. And I even dug out some of his old stitched remnants there. I've had them things forever too, and I dug some of those out and decided to use those. All the lace is vintage lace that I have bound the book with. So anyway, this was just a really fun project here. I absolutely loved this one. I loved the process, and I loved how it turned out. So anyway, these little girls, this photo here was probably one of my favorite photos there. And here I've got some more just vintage lace attached to the old photo booth photo of Tim Holtz. I tell you all, that's why I justify my trip to the scrapbook store. Everything I have is Tim Holtz. No joke. So anyway, I made this a flip book right here just to set in that pocket. And I just liked how this book came out. It just is so fun. And then I'm not sure, but I believe that's Tim Holtz there, the little transparent, like a swatch card or something. That was his transparent ephemera. And here is some more of that old ephemera. That's original. I made another little just flip up here that you can journal on. And a few of the pages got a little stuck. I guess I got a little glue on there. So anyway, just a little flip up so that you can journal there. And this is the last 2 pages here. And I just I'm going to pull this out a little bit so you can see the accordion. Just so fun. Absolutely fun. And there it is. So anyway, guys, this is the journal. They're all headed to the Etsy shop. Lastly, I wanted to do like a little 3-minute snippet video of one of my favorite little antique shops in Crocker, Missouri. Now, this is where I have found in the past some really nice laces, vintage laces, old ephemera, old photos, old books. I mean, it is to date one of my favorite places to shop when I'm in need of something, or if I just want to go and just get a little bit of inspiration, you know, just how she decorates and just that vintage. I need that vintage fix, right? So anyway, if you want to see more of this shop, I have a link in the description box to my other channel, Junkque Therapy. I will link this video there and you can see the whole store. And then she also has a house that sits right next door to her that is just as nice. I'm going to let you finish just checking out this beautiful space. And be sure and go over and check out Sophie's Notes Facebook group if you are just wanting somewhere to kind of hang with other crafters. And Marketplace 360 if you have journals or, you know, any kind of journal related items that you want to sell, you can go over there and do that. That link is also below. And anyway, it's been so fun. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I will catch you all in the next video.